Housewives of Atlanta. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, honey. We are down here to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was just laughing about Belle Collective and So Gucci and Selena. I was just laughing about that dynamic and Selena's positioning in that dynamic. That's so funny to me. Anyways, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let the people know you stopped by. Honey, we're down here to talk about Atlanta. Now, listen, I'm not going to be repeating the same shit that I said last week. I'm telling you, Carlos King, when he said that, I was like, what? He's right. I'm not about to repeat the same shit every week about Marlo and Candy, girl. Go ahead. Don't forget to like the video. Let's get through this review. It's probably not going to be that long because, girl, what the hell? Anyways, Sheree and Sanya are going to cryotherapy. They meet up at the place. Before they go in, Sanya mentions that Rihanna said something about She by Sheree and how she's so excited. And, Sheree was like, I can't believe a musical artist that I love mentioned me. I don't know what Rihanna said about She by Sheree. Probably she was like, thank God it's happening, or finally, I don't know what she said. Anyways, she says that business is good in Austin. That's why Ross is over there so much. Like I said, I said that to keep Sanya on the show because I really want to know what's going on in Austin. I do. I want to know what's going on. I said that a few reviews ago. We need to know what the fuck is going on in Austin, okay? But he's trying to bring the business to Atlanta. So that's that on that. Then they start talking about their outing that they had and why everybody left. Why, I can understand why Candy left, after they got into it, but why did Drew leave? Why did Kenya leave? I'm so worried about our group being divided. We need to work something out. And then Sheree comes up with an idea to have a Gucci themed party because they want everybody to be Gucci, right? We want everybody to be cool. We want everybody to get along. We want everybody to be Gucci. So we're going to have a Gucci themed party. Sanya says she wants to talk to Candy before their Gucci themed party. Because Marlo is valid in her feelings. She just feels that Kenya and Drew relayed the message incorrectly. She's trying to give Marlo, they're giving Marlo a lot of grace, and I think it's because they don't know Marlo. It's the same way when the new girls come on to Potomac and Karen Huger tries to grab a hold of them before Robin and Giselle taint their image. The way they did, the way that Karen did not Ashley, what's the girl's name? Candace. The way that she did Candace when Candace first came there, how she was like, oh, the mother figure and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just so that she doesn't talk shit about, you don't get to Karen. What are the names? Giselle and Robin. Right? So I feel like they don't know Marlo. That's why they keep giving her the grace that they're giving her. Where Candy has history, Kenya has history. If Kenya, every time she gets in the room with Marlo, cusses her ass out or brings a marching band through the scene, she feels entitled to do that because of the way she experiences Marlo. So I feel like that's why Sanya is giving Marlo so much grace. She's gonna have to, those friendships where you're like, okay, girl, you're gonna have to see for yourself. You're just gonna have to you're gonna have to see for yourself, honey. Back her up. Even Kenya said to Sanya later, like, you be backing her up even when she's dead ass wrong. That's the crazy part for me. Like, I could rock with you if you stood in your shit and you weren't backing up people when they were wrong. I can't trust you. You're not trustworthy, especially when somebody is wrong and you try to, well, I'm just trying to say they're valid in their feelings. Girl, get out of here. Marlo and Courtney go out to eat. She's glad that Courtney gave her someone a contact to where Marlo can try to get her record expunged because she wants to be able to exercise her Second Amendment right. Okay. And she cannot do that because of her record. Okay. her criminal record. She can't do that. So Courtney gave her a contact and is going to, I guess, help her. This person is going to help her do that. Marlo mentions in a previous episode, like, I don't understand why Candy couldn't do that for me. Like, like, honestly, the expectation she has of people is like, it's a little delusional, in my opinion. Why didn't you explain that you were hurt to Candy? Because she hadn't seen her. That's not true. So, she says, but I can't keep kissing ass and apologizing. All right. Well, apologize, girl. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to keep saying the same thing over and over again. Sanya and Candy, they meet up at OLG, and they're, chewing on, appetizers and stuff like that. Candy tells Sanya, I feel like you ride the fence. And Sanya says she's not going to allow their relationships with Marlo to affect her relationship with Marlo. Basically, she wants to be able to, she wants to wait. Like I said, she wants to say that I'm giving Marlo grace. She hasn't done me wrong. She's done y'all wrong. And y'all want me to be on your side, but I don't want to be on your side. I don't want to be on her side, but I'm still giving her grace. That's, I think, everybody's issue with Sanya. Sanya doesn't have to pick a side. If she doesn't think that what Marlo did is wrong, she says Marlo's feelings are valid, then you just have to determine if you want to be cool with somebody who moves like Sanya, whatever. And so she says Candy says the only reason why she's doing this, why Marlo's doing this, because she wants to gain attention for herself. Candy explained since her brother's death when she was 15 years old, she's not the emotional person. She's not emotional. She's not the emotional friend. She's not the friend that you call when you want somebody to rub your shoulders and to rub your back. And if she don't fuck with you, we saw how she did when they were all in the white at the reunion and Nene was having her little breakdown and they were trying to get everybody to hug Nene, and even Kenya, with all her issues with Nene, was trying to get Candy. Come on. Candy was like, girl, what? Like, I'm not about to do all this fake shit and try to hug Nene while she's going through it. Not only that, I don't like that bitch, and I'm not the emotional friend. I'm not about to do, and this is fake. This shit is fake. I'm not about to do all this hugging and shit. Y'all don't remember that? So Candy shares with us she's not the emotional friend. She's the motivational friend. She's a friend you call when you are ready to make some money. You got a business idea and you need somebody to help you, motivate you to get that business idea off the ground. That's Candy. That's who you call. You don't call her to, rub your back. She's not going to do it, especially if she don't fuck with you. Okay. She says, yeah, they're going to the Gucci party. And then Sanya reads the actual invite that Sheree sent out. Kenya's at the OBGYN talking to her doctor about having another baby. She wants Brooklyn to have a playmate. All I could think about is Rodney when he says, y'all cannot have children just to give your child a playmate because they may grow up to be like Teresa and Joe Giudice. Right? They may grow up to they cannot stand each other. And not only that, there's no way in the fucking world. She apparently has embryos, right? Fertilized by Mark Daly. There would be no way in the world that I would allow another human being to have that man's codes and DNA. No, he wouldn't be able to have another person walking this earth with his DNA. No, I wouldn't, even if it was, I want my child to have a playmate. If that was the only option, those embryos with Mark Daly's DNA, no, absolutely not. I would not. And then The fact that this nigga is connected to you, like this whack ass. When I tell you, I cannot stand a nigga who attaches himself to a woman to give himself some relevancy. I cannot stand it. And that's the only reason his narcissistic ass swooped up this beauty queen, a desperate beauty queen who was desperate for a baby. Now you got embryos with Mark Daly's DNA flowing through. No ma'am. And Kenya is what, 52 already? No, I would not know. Get Brooklyn a dog, a puppy that she can grow up with, a golden retriever, okay? Or get you a dog that don't shed that much, but get her a dog in its puppy stage that can grow up. That's her goddamn playmate. A cat, okay? A cat or an animal, something that can grow old with her and age with her. She doesn't need another playmate. No, not with Mark's DNA. I'm done with it. She gonna do what she want to do anyway, but he wouldn't be able, I wouldn't even give him that. They go to Toast on Linux to have their little Gucci party. They have assigned seating. Everybody sits down. Sheree explains to everybody that she wants us to get back to the fun times. Like what Jen Aiden said at the end of the reunion, she said that, we need to get back to where we're having fun. I think on all Housewives franchises, that's what they need to do. The only way you're going to get back to having fun is if the friend groups are authentic and these women care about each other deeper than a co-worker relationship. That's honest to God the only way that dynamic on all of these shows are going to change. I'm going to tell you something. It's hard to develop these like deep connections and have these deep genuine moments with people you don't really fuck with. I don't really like her. I don't really like her personality. I don't really want to shoot with her. And then when it's time for conflict, it's easier to go from 0 to 100 with a person you don't really have a lot of deep history with, right? Even Kenya and Candy, I don't feel like they have a deep enough relationship. Like, I think they won't go against each other, but I don't think their relationship is deep enough to where it can easily flip like that. When we don't have a deep connection, it's easy for me to take it to the gutter when it's time to. It'll be very easy for me because I don't care if I hurt your feelings, right? The way that Kenya was calling Marlo a bottom rung bitch. I was like, oh my God, Kenya. She was like, she's a bitch and she fucks for bags. That's her brand, girl. I was like, oh my God. She is not letting that lady breathe. And she don't have to. But it doesn't to me, I feel like it would be better if everybody got along and our conflicts were just natural. They weren't contrived and they actually made sense. Like somebody getting on your nerves because of something, but it doesn't have to go to where now we're coming to blows and we're arguing to the point of you getting in my face. It's like a personality thing. Like, girl, shut up. She talks too much or something like that. Something that's lighthearted. It's just like a personality issue. But like these women, they don't like it. They don't like each other. Well, we'll see. Get in, they tell Kenya, what do you have on? Kenya comes in with her Chanel bag. What do you have on? She said, this is Gucci. We know that Kenya doesn't do logos. We know that. We know she gave her nanny, whoever her nanny was at the time, a hard time when she rolled up to get on a PJ and had on logo. She was like, girl, don't wear all of that. Because there's something to be said about, screaming that you have a particular designer on. Although I did love Drew's bag. I loved her bag, and I love the Adidas Gucci combo that I don't know if motherfucking Candy has a partnership deal with the Adidas Gucci line, but that's all she's been wearing in a lot of her scenes. Honey, I used to think the same thing about Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna stayed Gucci. She stayed wearing Gucci, honey. Gucci frames, everything. She stayed wearing. I liked Candy's bowling. Like Marlo said, she looked like she needed to go bowling. I like that shirt. I wish it was more structured, like I don't know. I feel like it should have been more structured, like a bowling shirt. If that was the look it was going for, bowling. But I thought it was cute because it had the three stripes on this side, and then the red and green stripe, the Gucci stripe on this side. I liked Candy's shirt, and I liked the bag that Drew had on. Um, I do feel like Sheree was going to give a deposition. I didn't like Sheree's pants. I didn't like them pants. The blazer was okay. Kenya said she had on Gucci, but you know she didn't have a. I guess she doesn't have a Gucci bag. She said that Kenya looked like her outfit was thrifted. Drew looked like, this is Marlo giving a fashion rundown on everybody. Drew looked like a Gucci handyman. Sheree looked like she was going for a deposition. Candy looked like she was going bowling. And Sanya was in her sample size right out the store Gucci. Sheree sits down. She says, it's really sad. We need to move past some stuff. We need to fix our situation and get to a better place. Kenya said she got Jesus on speed dial, but she was like, no, we all need to be better listeners, right? Courtney and Candy. Okay, let's get your situation out the way. Candy says, Courtney says, well, I extended the olive branch by inviting Candy to that last event. Candy says, I thank you for coming out and checking on me when everything, went down. She says, and I figured we're cool. And then Candy was like, yeah, because what we were fighting over was stupid anyways. It was stupid and nobody understood like what's going on. So they're cool. Sanya and Kenya, girl, I really hope that they make a montage of Sanya. It's almost like Kenya's always going to the counselor's office. Well, Kenya, I really want, like, Sanya really wants to always let Kenya know when Kenya is mistreating her or she feels like she's not connecting with Kenya. I feel like Sanya really wants to connect with Kenya, and Kenya does not see it for Sanya. She does not see it for Courtney. Like I said this morning, I don't think she sees it for Drew. But she's trying to get along with Drew, but whatever. But she definitely don't see it for Courtney, and she definitely don't see it for Sanya. And she tells Sanya, Sanya tells her, when you came to, Ross's party, you were a little lukewarm with me. And, I feel like it's kind of, the relationship I'm trying to have with you, it's not being reciprocated. And she basically told her, I don't trust you. You came to me about some press stuff you were doing, and I guess she helped her with something. And then she said, and then she went on Watch What Happens Live. And when they were asking about Kenya's body parts, she was like, I don't know if it's fake. When Marlo points it out, you can't help but to question it can potentially be fake or not. And she was like, well, I don't know what to say. Well, then Kenya was like, I could have gave you 100 things to say. Her body looks great. I'm not sure. But you trying to be funny, and so I don't really trust you like that. Kenya's fake ass, that has been the butt of the jokes. No pun intended, I guess. That has been the butt of the jokes for forever. Y'all been telling Kenya that her booty is lopsided, it's crunchy, and y'all been saying everything about this lady's body. Drew said it doesn't change when she loses weight, her butt stays the same size. If you're my friend and my butt is, first of all, if you're my friend, you would know if my butt is fake or not. That's number one. And number two, if you were my friend and somebody asked you if my butt was fake, I would say, girl, I don't know. You need to ask her. Her body looks fine to me. That's what Kenya was saying that Sanya should have said. But you're loyal to Marlo even when Marlo is wrong. You're not loyal to me. You can get on Watch What Happens Live and make a joke about my body, but knowing when Marlo is wrong, you always want to hear Marlo's side and Marlo's feelings are valid. So I don't know if I can really trust you. We'll see if you're worthy of that trust. And then Sanya was looking at her like, bitch, worthy of that trust. And then she's like, no, I mean, that's right? Trust has to be earned, right? So that's what it is. Marlo, they get on Marlo with Kenya. She wanted a different reaction. Not Kenya, Candy. She wanted a different reaction from Candy, who's been friends over 10 years. Listen, bitch, We haven't been friends for over 10 years. We've known each other for over 10 years. We haven't been friends for over 10 years. We have our good moments in the time we've been in relationship with each other, and we have our bad moments. And you always talking shit about me. Whenever you get a chance to talk shit about me, Candy told her, whenever you get a chance to talk shit about me, you trying to lay me out. And that's what it is. So bitch, I don't fuck with you. I don't. She was like, I can definitely be around these women and be respectful and cordial. Kenya starts acting like she's choking. I was choking on some bullshit, girl. Right, because everybody knows. We've seen Marlo's history. We've seen how she behaves. She goes from 0 to 100 and she goes for the gutter. Now that is an indication that we're not friends. You don't have a boundary. You cross all the boundaries when it's time for us to be in conflict. There's a way to be in conflict with people you are friends with. You don't try to hurt them with the things that you say. You try to hurt somebody you don't give a fuck about with the things you say. And the way that you say things to people, it's almost as though you don't give a fuck about them. So I don't know how we've been friends for 10 years. No, bitch. We've known each other for 10 years. And that's it. No one wants to have their name attached to murder. The same way they don't want their name to attach to RAPE, Candy. So we'll see. Candy and Marlo, they're not gonna not be friends for long. Because if you can forgive somebody for trying to attach your name to RAPE, I'm sure you can forgive them for trying to attach your name to murder. So we'll see. No one will let me talk. Marlo's trying to talk. Drew is interrupting. Drew is interrupting because Marlo mentions her name. Drew really could have shut up. Girl, I just mentioned your name because that's what I said about the incident and shooting and all this other stuff. But you're not really in it. Candy's over there, not Candy, Kenya's over there while Marlo is talking about the lies, the lies, the lies. Girl, they were not letting Marlo breathe at all. Marlo was getting frustrated. She was like, the issue is the type of friend you are. That's what she tells Candy. And then Marlo gets up and Kenya was like, bitch, I don't need your respect. They're talking about, can you be respectful and cordial? Kenya says, bitch, I don't need your respect. You are bottom rung, bitch. And this is when Marlo is getting up and walking out. They're like, where she's going, to the bottom rung, where she belongs. That's where bottom rung bitches belong. I was like, damn, Kenya. Kenya is so disrespectful. That is one disrespectful woman. This is Marlo walking out, right? Kenya is so disrespectful. She is so disrespectful. Oh my gosh, she's so disrespectful. So she walks out. Marlo leaves. Sheree goes running after her. Sheree tells Marlo, don't worry about Kenya. Whatever Kenya's saying, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to tell her don't say nothing, okay? But don't worry about Kenya. You don't have to talk to Kenya, right? Kenya is not letting Marlo breathe. It's hilarious, right? And then that's when Kenya says her brand is selling coochie for purses. Girl, what? I said not selling coochie for a bag. That's Marlo's brand. So Marlo is back. She's trying to talk, and while she's trying to talk, Drew and Courtney are like, girl, we got to use the bathroom. So they get up and walk away. And it's almost like Marlo's still trying to state her case and nobody's really listening to her, right? Sanya starts to explain for Marlo. She's sitting next to Candy. Candy was like, girl, don't try to be her lawyer right now. And then Candy says, I don't need you to try to be her lawyer. And she was like, no, I'm just trying to explain. And she was like, man, fuck her flowers. Fuck her and her flowers. And what she expected. Fuck them flowers. And then, Marlo, you can hear Marlo in the back talking about, oh, so fuck them flowers. So like, fuck my nephew and then like, fuck my sister. Okay. She was like, so then as soon as Candy said, fuck her, the way she was looking to the side, fuck her flowers on some real shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck her flowers. And then she goes, and then Kenya goes, Kenya thought it was funny because Candy has had enough, right? So then she was like, so it's F my sister and it's F my nephew. She was like, you're selfish. You're just a different breed. You're selfish. That's what Marlo wanted Candy to come out the pocket. That's the way that I know people like that who their measurement of how a good of a friend you are is how much money you can shell out in the friendship. Right? How much money are you spending in this friendship for us to call it a friendship? So at the end of the day, expecting things out of Candy, Marlo's out of pocket, because there's no way you could expect things out of me and you talk about me and talk that way to me. Nobody's going to be cool with you, to Kenya's point. Nobody's going to be cool with you and you talking shit about people all the time. Girl, that's not the kind of friendships that I want. Right? I can have enemies. Enemies talk shit. Enemies bring up shit about somebody else's business to try to affect their business. You wasn't triggered. You weren't triggered. You don't even know, girl. All the pictures they done showed of Marlo's nephew. I haven't seen one picture of Marlo and her nephew since y'all was so close. Okay, I haven't seen one picture. Show a picture of Marlo and her nephew, girl. Anyway, so that was the end of the episode. They getting ready to leave out the place. They didn't get anything resolved. I guess Sheree feels like she got Courtney and Candy resolved, and then she got Courtney and Kenya. No, Sanya and Kenya resolved, but not Marlo with Candy, and definitely not with Kenya. Kenya, like I said online today, if Kenya can bring a marching band through every one of Marlo's scenes, I'm sure she would, because she don't see it for Marlo, and she doesn't have to see it for Marlo, but it does affect the dynamic of the show. I feel like everybody should have deep connections. I feel like you bring the friends on. They're people who have known each other, and when it's time for conflict, the way they handle conflict is a little bit more healthy than the way that people handle conflict with their enemies. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. So let me know what y'all think of the episode. Hopefully we're not talking about Marlo and Candy anymore after this week. Hopefully I think this is a fifth episode or fifth episode. We're done. We're done with that. All right. All right. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.